All right, welcome in, builders, back to the absolute train wreck that has become our Six Ages game. This is a weird stream time today. My apologies for that. Last week, I honestly didn't remember that we had a holiday weekend, so happy Easter to those who celebrate. I'm going to try to get in a pretty long stream. I'm kind of thinking we're nearing the end here. It would be very helpful to my schedule if we finish this up today, so we're going to try. I do have some plans later in the day, so I do kind of have a hard stop time, but we'll see what we can get through on here. Last time, in this absolute tragedy of a run, we had two things. First, we were going through the event of the marriage for Burnin, and we got to the point where we were giving gifts, and I guess I misread it and I thought it was goods only, and I offered them all my goods and they're like, no. And I was like, okay, well, I guess we can't do it. We realized that it was cattle later, so we did do a reload. We went back before the event had happened, and events went differently, and they were like, nah, we're not feeling it. So they called off the wedding and married her to somebody else. We were like, well, that's not cool. So we raided them, and we had a Shakespeare moment where Burnin tried to kill other Burnin and accidentally shot her, and then he killed himself with his own sword, and it's just absolutely horrific. We lost our heroic war leader. We lost a bunch of warriors. Everyone hates us. The alliance fell apart. It is not good times around the Builder clan at the moment, which is super duper unfortunate. We reorganized the ring, and I think somebody died like instantly, and we had to reorganize the ring again. So yeah, it has not been particularly good lately. Welcome in, Mr. Shadier. Glad you saw the time change there. Out of curiosity, did you guys know that I had changed the time, or did you get the notification on Discord? I'm just gauging the usefulness of my efforts. Fall of the House of Babel. Yeah. A long time ago, before we started streaming this, I did see a little bit of a spoiler in the fact that I read the title of a thread on the forums. Pro tip, please don't put spoilers in the title of your threads on a forum for a game. But I have a feeling that we have already lost. We are dead men walking. The marriage is great in lore-wise. I got the notification on YouTube. Wow! You're like the one dude! You're like the one dude that YouTube notifies. That's incredible. You are the chosen one. Well, the other thought I did have was, I do kind of want to play this out. I've mentioned before, but I don't really like save scumming. I was willing to do it in that case because it was legitimately just a misunderstanding, misclick, not a bad thing happened. But this, we just had bad things happen. But I don't know, if there's interest, we could play this out, and then I could still go in and reload from, I think we'd need to load here, and we could play it through a second time. So I'm very glad that I didn't put it on no reloads. This is why when I'm streaming, I tend to not do that, even if I don't plan on doing it. So we could see both endings perhaps, but I don't know. It is what it is. This is just one route. What's the quote? I stand where I stand today by virtue of the road I walked to get here. So that's how I always feel about that. Yeah, Trip, I think, like I said, I think we're dead men walking. I think we've literally already lost and the game just hasn't told us. Well, I'll hold my thoughts until we get to the end. I have thoughts about that and game design. Okay, let us get going. I don't think it's going to be a hopping stream today. Just too weird of a time, too early of a time. So, we are in late season, so we're planting currently. Let's remind ourselves. No, not that. Sacred time. Okay, so we have crafting because we were dirt poor and we need to rebuild stuff. We have pastures, war, and wilds because I think we had food problems that were going on. Also, I saw in the saga, the shaman said that we would be rewarded if we had more sworn spirits. So we do need to try to get a new spirit from something. Maybe now would be a good time to send somebody out before the raids start. We are gonna be absolutely butt blasted here. because we do not have any combat ability. Our combat ability is excellent. Spoilers, excellent actually means you're garbage trash tier. You're not even renowned or heroic, don't even talk to me. If you don't have 600 kills, swiping right. Get out of here, nobody likes you. Okay, so let's try to get that off and running. We need to go outside of clan lands to have a better chance to get a spirit. If we explore, search for spirits. I don't want to send somebody far away because I'm exceedingly worried that we're going to get the bejeebus beaten out of us. So we're just going to do a quickie here. Are you the best person to search for spirits though, really? That's right, our shaman, yeah, that's right. He was so heartbroken that our shaman died too. Okay. You are the person I would send to do this. Mr. Shader says, wouldn't mind if you played to the end and then maybe a redo so you can transport the save. Yeah, that's my thought. Like, I don't mind if I lose, that's fine. But I do know there's a save carryover function, so I do kind of want to have that. We're not going to play the sequel immediately, but I am going to play it at some point, so yeah. When I'm playing this game, I don't use enough rituals or hero quests. They're hard, man. If you're not set up for it, they can be disastrous. We've really looked out in this playthrough that we have not failed one or had someone just like die on them. Okay, well, this looks ominous. This looks really ominous. Word from the traders has reached that the wheels have reacted to the recent cataclysm by convening a conclave. Among the measures they will likely propose to ensure survival in this terrible time is a confederation of all their clans into a kingdom, as other wheels have already done in the north. We could show friendship, we could stay out of it, we could warn the wheel clan against participation, warn other rider clans of the danger. If they pick a king, it will likely be Varus of the Artaria clan. Wheels yearn to be ruled as they were in the days of the Empire. I suspect a wheel king would try to monopolize trade. They would have allied long ago if their territories weren't scattered throughout the valley. The people recognize that we have little power to stop this. Central rule will weaken them. So stay out, stay out, stay out. I don't think we want to get involved in any outsider trouble right now. We just need to keep our heads down. People said that any intervention would come back to haunt us, and so praise the council for wisely doing nothing. Okay, we are into raid season. We also have a problem where our herds are absolutely devastated. So I think I am going to try a cheeky raid. Are we running Raven at the moment? We are. Good job, me. I think I remember purposely doing this for this reason. So we're going to do a quick herd raid. Well, we definitely know who we're herd raiding. These jerks. I was going to say a stronger word there. So pissed at them. So pissed at them. Okay, let's do a herd raid. Of course, we were caught. Yeah. We are going to go for survival. We are going to try to evade. We tried to pull back, but couldn't escape their relentless advance. We're going to try to withdraw. They formed a shield wall and slowly pushed forward. It was soon over. We had 4 wounded and 1 person killed. And we got raided. Of course we did. Do we have... Okay, we do have our watchtower. We just don't have our stockade. Okay, I think we're just going to try another herd raid. We're still in fire season. Apparently we're not going to be able to do that one. Let's try... They're too far away. Alright, let's try them. We managed to ride through their lands and made off with 27 cows without being spotted. Well, thank goodness. We are still sub 500, though. That is incredibly worried. Hey, Finn. How's it going, man? Evening. What part of the world are you in? It's really... Well, I shouldn't say really early, but for me, on normal stream times, it's pretty darn early today. Have things going on later in the day since it's a holiday. Okay, what are we doing? We're harvesting. Let's get a venture running. Let's actually get defense. Because I'm shocked we weren't actually raided here. Okay. We're back from Search to the North. We were able to locate a trade wind spirit. The shamans say helps make good deals when we sell things. Okay, excellent. We managed to do what the spirits wanted us to do. Let's do another venture. I think we're going to do combat training. Let them in drills. We had success. As you thought might happen, the wheels have unified into a kingdom with Jarino of the Chakar clan as king. He performed and passed 5 tests of kingship, earning the favor of Elmal, or so our priests say. The wheels to the north have had a kingdom for a long time. Their first king was Naztulvo, who made war on the water in all its forms. When they attack, they will now do so in greater force. When we attack them, we will face worse retaliation. Every 10 cows we give the new king increases our chances of a favorable hearing. They haven't named their kingdom yet because Jarino hopes it will bear his name after he dies. Now the attitude of Urchakor towards us, which is not bad but could always be better, will be the attitude of all wheels. I'll go along with the council's decision. They will regret Jarino's tyranny. So 2 gifts. We could warn them. I think we are literally so beaten down, we're gonna send a gift. That's a diplomacy apparently. And we'll just send a small contingent. And we're gonna give, I said 10 gifts. Mood minus. King Jarino showed little interest in our jester. Hargarug said that he caught him while preoccupied with the demands of his new office. I'm worried about how unhappy our people are. Yeah, how are we doing on food? Okay, our food is actually okay. Let's switch over and do a feast. Gods, Nyalda, we are running hospitality. We can still feast. Let's try feast neighbors. Maybe we could start repairing some relationships. The feast brought cheer to our people and our neighbors were happy to attend. Okay, that's something. Late dark season. Okay, we still have one more venture. We're still worried. I'm gonna do another feast, assuming our food didn't go crazy. That's a little low, but I think I'm gonna do it anyways. This is not good. Hey, Abby, how's it going, man? Been a little while. Hope things are well for you. Can't be worse than our clan at the moment. Plenty of smoked fish. Excellent. You witness an amazing sight. Vingkotlings riding horses. These are not the Rams you know. They come from the far south and speak trade talk with yet another strange accent. Their leader, Gunarth, asked for permission to skirt your lands on the way to Gernadai territory. That doesn't actually make any sense because if they're coming from the south, this is south of us. Where they've been invited to settle. He identifies his people as members of the Orgovolts tribe. When asked about these secrets, Glorantha says they learned them from a writer named Ulanin. You have not heard of him. Perhaps he descended from the clans that split off and rode to the southeast. Yeah, I hate those guys. We're gonna give them a different Ram clan. Just because I hate those guys so much. But let's see what people say. We can't afford to give cows. Even a feast would cost us dear. The Orlath clan is the strongest Ram clan. They are ragged from their journey. A gift of 10 cows will be remembered as a show of generosity. Horse-riding rams will change everything. Feast them. I've never heard of this Unan character. It's never too early to urinate on the leg of a new acquaintance. It's also never too late. Just saying. Alright, maybe we've learned our lesson about vengeance. We'll just let them go. Oh, lost. The game ends in defeat. I just got an achievement on Steam. Okay, well, we kind of knew that was coming. I'm actually happy that was quick today. At the time, no one saw this as the beginning of the end of our people. Over the next decades, the migrants prospered in the valley. In time, the Gindari came to think of themselves as Orgovolts too. Other Ram clans learned to ride from them. As dark times grew darker still, the Hylurin clans dwindled. Pressed hard by the ascendant Orgovolts, the clan disbanded and dispersed. We went north but found nowhere to settle. The last of us froze to death when our last tent, our story tent, was seized by the wind and flung into the stormy sky. Done. Rip. Rip. Okay, so I am very happy that we actually got that ending. I thought we were darn close last time. It's unfortunate I couldn't have pushed that through. So we are going to go with our plan B here. We're going to review our saga. We're going to go back. Oh, what a nightmare. Oh, I dreamed that the wedding fell apart and then everyone died. Good thing Yadakan is still alive, and we will definitely not let that come to pass. So that doesn't count as a save scum. We finished the game and now we're continuing on. For the record. That was an abrupt ending. So I am going to talk about that for a second. So I do have thoughts on that. I do not like that the entirety of your run, all the things that happened, all the things we've said and done, come down to several RNG rolls, and if you fail one of them, it's game over. I don't like that. In King of Dragon Pass, while I never beat it, I got to the point where I was trying to become king, and you could actually fail some of the steps and then make it up in other places. This seems really abrupt and arbitrary. I guess what they're going for here is King of Dragon Pass is the story of your clan. 6 Ages Ride Like the Wind is Burnin's story. It's not about our clan, it's about him, because we lose if he doesn't succeed. So, not my favorite, if I'm being honest. That's just not my favorite. Like I said earlier, I did kind of know that we were in a lot of trouble because I had seen years ago a post titled, like, if Burnin dies, did I already lose? Thanks, Steam poster. Very uncool. So, yeah, please don't post titles or put, like, in-game question spoilers as your title or something. That's a little ridiculous. It's not quite the same as, like, Darth Vader is Luke's father and somebody's like, what the heck, Babel? I was gonna watch that. I'm like, dude, that's over 40 years old. There is a statute of limitations here. Okay, so we are back in time before the wedding, about a year before it's gonna come up. We are gonna use our future nightmare knowledge to our advantage here. So, in this year, they wanted us to explore. Okay, we can try to do that. So exploring, we're gonna do some pastures, we're gonna craft because we're gonna need goods. We need a lot of goods, actually. And I kind of want ritual. Again, I'm gonna use my meta knowledge. So I'm gonna do a ritual here. And maybe we should run diplomacy too. Or maybe we save diplomacy for next year when we're doing that. So we'll do war and we'll keep a big reserve going. Okay, we'll proceed with that. I had a fantastic news regarding Burnin. Due to the many hours spent sparring and sincere offerings to Elmal and other gods of war, Burnin's ability of arms must be ranked among the heroes of legend. Wandering Ram poets of the Ricarding clan approach us at the clan bounds, asking if we'd like to hear an ode exploring the virtues of their famous white fleece sheep. Unlike singing, poetry is boring, so if it was up to me, I'd deny them. We know this is not really a good event, but we'll do the same one here. I'm not an expert in poetry, but what I took from their declamation was that they really, really like the whiteness of their sheep. Is that all they like? They seem happy to have us listen. And we should have found her a husband that loved sheep as much as she loved rams. Or goats, I suppose. Okay, the beginning of the end, my friends. Burnin comes before the council to ask that they petition Ginardai for Redalda's hand in marriage. Now that we know that no real divine curse afflicts the offspring of riders and rams, no godly impediments stand in our way. Okay, so agree, don't care what they think. Yes, if he can ascertain. I think we're gonna have him go out and make sure things are cool. I think they will be. I don't think we're gonna stop even if they don't like it, so yes. How many warriors will you send? This is an important task. 5, no, we'll send 10 warriors to let them know we're serious. Mood plus, goods plus. As he spoke, an inner light suffused Burnin. He became Elmal and spoke as Elmal. The other rider councils clung to the necks of their horses, awestruck by his presence. If Elmal said the curse of ram blood never existed, it was so. The ram killers seemed subdued, but the other clans laid gifts at Burnin's feet. This dude over here with the red hair looks really happy about this. He looks really happy. You got a little ram sweetheart you're not telling us about too? You will still need to convince Radalda's clan to approve the marriage, ideally from a position of strength and wealth. How many seasons do you devote to preparations before approaching them? Now, I want to think about this a little bit. I kind of want to do a couple cattle raids, and I think I want to try a ritual if we can fit it. So let's actually give ourselves more. We did 3 last time. Let's actually do 5. That should get us to the next sacred time. And that way we can put a bunch of diplomacy and other things in there. 8 seasons, this is unprecedented. What is 8 seasons? All right, we'll do the 5. Burnin alternated between elation that we had agreed and concern that Burnin the Swift or some other young ram might try to ask her hand before we were ready. His oldest maternal uncle reminded him that marriage affected more than just the bride and groom. It was also a bond between their families and clans. Okay, we got some stuff to get done. I was reading through the lore because I'm a nerd, and I noticed this one. We don't have the details to this, but Nyalda's bride price. In a darkening world, Nyalda realizes that the survival of her people depends on her finding the best husband. Although Elmal thinks he's winning her, she and her retinue ensure that Nyalda is winning him. I think we want to do this. I betcha that this does something. So, we need to sacrifice to get this story. And I think this might be Nyalda's only story, unless there's ones I don't know about. So if we go to magic, we go to Nyalda, I want to do a sacrifice. We're going to do 7 goods. I think that's normally, 7 cows or goods. Let's do that. Oh, 8 seasons for extra preparation time. Gotcha. We gotta watch out though. That Burnin the Swift, we hate that guy. Homewrecker. Okay, we learned the details of Nyalda's bride price. A chariot crew belonging to the Char Orisa clan drives up to your clan boundaries to request hospitality for a few hours. Their foot soldiers guard a group of captured rams bound for sale in the Wheel Kingdom to the north of the valley. Our merchandise has reached the limits of their endurance, says the ranking noble Kondon. As we wish to arrive in good condition, we will be grateful for your permission to pause here for a while. We'll make it worth your while. Okay, so routing them will invite retaliation. The people want us to give the wheels what force. We could decline, we could attack, we could agree, we could attack. I think we're just gonna decline. They had told us that Highwing said that like every person's conscious is whether they are slavers or not. And last time we said whatever okay, and people were really pissy about it. So we're just gonna say no, go somewhere else. Do you condemn the slavery? For the sake of science, I'm going to say yes. We took joy in their sputtering umbrage. I think it's just because we hate wheels more than anything else. Okay, can we be cheeky and learn this? Or do this? Late season, so we're fine. I need to read it. Actually, hang on. Do we have a venture? Yes. Let's do a venture here quick. We're going to do ceremony. Amani led the clan in half a season of ritual preparation. She said the omens were very favorable. The mask had been repainted, the stone faces were clean, and the singers had been practicing. A teenage girl from Gadari clan told our herders, but she said she had learned the word cows in Sunspeak. Seems she was delivering a message from the daughter of Bingkot, god of the rams. We don't have our language thing going. That's unfortunate. I don't think we even know it, do we? That was Rindondar. No, it wasn't. Who was that? Who has the... oh, no, I guess... Dealing with guests? No, it was like foreigners. Wouldn't be Dostal. Ekarna is who that would have been. Okay, well, that's all right. Okay, ritual preparation. Let's go read this and see if we can do this. My worry is we don't have somebody good enough to complete it. Okay, so we need the details. Oh, thank goodness it's a shortish one. My poor voice. Nyalda's bride price. When the sun dropped down into hell, his wife appeared to the earth goddess to say she was going away too. Her absence, she said, would make Nyalda the most desired of all fertility deities. It's got to be a pretty desired list there. Use your wisdom to win the best husband, not only the strongest, though he must be strong, but also the wisest. He will think it is he who chooses you. Husbands are like that. It is easiest if you let them persist in certain beliefs. And Nyalda's mother allowed the ice to cover her, taking her down to the underworld, where she remains to this day, if she survives at all. With Yelm dead, his sons and vassals leapt enthusiastically to war. After fighting each other for a while, they remembered that soldiers have to eat. Each commander came to Nyalda to make an offer. Nyalda knew this would happen and sent Akarna to gain the negotiation rune. Akarna spoke for her, and Busanari gave practical counsel. First came little Yelm, who said, "You are my father's concubine, but I will make you the replacement empress. I will give you gold and a palace to protect you from the cold." Nyalda looked at little son's palace, but would not go in. On the other side of the threshold, she spotted the invisible chains he had fashioned for her to keep her from ever leaving. A wife is not a slave, she said, and avoided the trap. Little Yelm chased her, so she led him to a distant hill. She called upon the hill for aid, and it wrapped its arms of stone and soil around the pretender's son, entrapping him. It pulled him inside the depths, where lurked a towering troll who would keep him busy for a good long time. Next came Shargash, the demon son, who said, "You will be the green wife and nurture my warriors." Nyalda looked at the demon son's green palace and saw its locked doors, behind which he maintained shrines to his previous wives. "Did you say the same to Rice when you wooed her? To River when you cast Rice aside?" Smelling betrayal all around, Nyalda saw that Shargash had also broken with and attacked his second wife. So, by setting a trembling in motion along her banks, she summoned the river wife, who rose up to wash the demon suitor away. Okay, so invisible chains, hill, troll, multiple wives, river. That's where we're at so far. Third came a golden man who said, "Enough of gods, someday there will be only men. Become a woman and be with me. For the joys of life and all the sweeter when you are finite and always at risk." Akarna did not even bother to take his offer to Nyalda. Later, they all laughed and made a song about it. If someone was wise, they knew, he would hear this song and find the truths buried in the jibes. Jibes? Like ribbing somebody. Finally, Elmal rode to the earth camp of Gamari, a horse wreathed in flame. The words Akarna spoke were really Nyalda's. "Why did you wait so long to petition us?" Gamari negotiated for Elmal. Until he became the son, he lacked standing to ask. "What enemies did you overcome?" "He had been waiting to show you," Gamari said. The enemies who had been trailing Elmal showed their faces. Elmal thumped little Yelm, drove a spear into Demon Son, and sent Golden Man scurrying with a kick to the backside. Nyalda was ready to step forward and tell him right away she had found him pleasing. At the last moment, she saw the temptation this represented and retained her composure. Instead, she established the tradition we now follow, that it was proper for her kin to conduct negotiations on her behalf. Akarna spoke for her first. She praised him, but asked if we had another gift. "I call my gift freedom," said Elmal. "You will not be hidden under a dome, or discarded by a fickle mate, or reduced to a wretched mortality." Busanari Cowmother spoke for her next. "There's one more thing," and Elmal produced a herd of Busanari's daughters, who had been lost in the darkness. Gamari spoke for him. "It goes without saying that we would bring cows, a requirement for any wedding." That would have been helpful. Nyalda smiled. Finally, one had come who was not only strong, but wise enough to hear her songs. Yes, her kindred goddesses said, and commenced the ceremony. Okay, you guys got that? We're not going to forget that. This also, I bet you, when we have the wedding negotiations, we should try to emulate the order that we do it. I thought it was kind of strange they gave me so many choices. I bet you it's better to do these in order. Okay, we are going to try this. Hopefully we have somebody who can do it, though. That's my only worry. Because I don't even know if we have a Nyalda worshiper. Dostal, Akarna, Elmal, Gamari, Hylor, Raven, Adaldar, Shaman. We literally don't even have a Nyalda worshiper. That's another thing. Like, in King of Dragon Pass, I feel like you always had at least one person for every god. In this game, I've really been struggling. Okay, either way, I think we're gonna try. It probably has to be a woman, I'm guessing. Maybe Akarna? Akarna was part of the story. All right, let's give this a go. Where are we at? Fire season. I do kind of want to do some raids. Are we running Raven? Oops. We are. If we do a herd raid... Jade Colts, because they are the ram killers, are never going to like us. That's information that we didn't know before. Let's do a quick one. They spotted us. Okay. Sag. Remember how we let the Arcanings declaim their poetry of the White Fleece Sheep? Apparently that was about a rivalry with another ram clan, the Eartholings, who kept Black Fleece Sheep. By supposedly agreeing with the White Wool, we offended them. Alright, well. Sucks to be them. Okay. Let's not delay anymore. Let's try to get this going. So we want to do... Ritual. Also, I really need to get this up. Maybe we do that. Let's do that first. I want to build that. A delegation from Sunbow arrived. We have heard that you are in need, they say. We hold you in great esteem and do not wish to see you suffer. Actually, give me a blessing. Oh, they gave me 2 magic. It said the benefits would persist for about a year. Thank you, we owe you a favor. Okay, now, I don't want Silver Tongue, I want Understanding. This may also help on the wedding, I'm thinking. Can you tell I was thinking about this all week? Okay, Ritual. Can we do this one? This ritual can bless weddings, improve crops, gain cows, wealth, or a treasure, or gain a blessing. Okay, so it does seem to be a woman. Gamari, Akarna, Iridia, and Akarna. Somebody adept in bargaining and lore. Okay, this is combat game. Okay, you're the best bargainer and the worst at lore. You're the best bargainer, or best at lore, and the worst at combat. Okay, so it's one of these two in the middle. Uryarda was not part of the story. That's Goat Mother. Akarna was. Lore is good. Lore is good. Bargaining is good and good. I am not feeling very confident about this. I think we're going to try it anyways. I'm just going to see if anyone has any advice. Not really. Okay. No whammies. You embark on a ritual to send one of your women to Nile Decide. Do you seek aid? Yes. Our fellows from the Sonala Revolution agreed to send priests to spin with ours. Our priestesses said the help would be a significant factor in success. Do we also ask the wheels? No. The priests of Nyalda typically attempt this ritual. It calls for someone adept in bargaining and lore. We literally don't have one. I think we're going to pick her, mainly because she's young. And she has mediocre in both, whereas she has one good and one horrible. So, Kimka. Don't fail me now, Kimka. Alright, what do we want to sacrifice? I am going to do herds here. I'm a little bit concerned about our numbers. We're even going to do like 14. Numbers of goods, that is. Wait a second. Do I want to send herds? Maybe I do need to do goods. I can't remember if Nyalda minds cows being sacrificed. Okay. Kimka rides to the part of the Gods' War where all the rivals were dead. To the dead Emperor's throne were fighting. Delegations from the warring armies appear before her to seek Kimka's hand in marriage. First comes Little Yelm, who asks for her hand on the grounds that his palace is the strongest and will best withstand the advancing ice. Okay, this is what she says to him. Or we could lead him to an ambush. I don't know which of those would be better. Your stats are pretty mediocre all around, so I don't think it really matters for that. She said wife is not a slave, but she also led him to where the troll ambushed him. Let's say wife is not a slave. Little Yelm tried to chain her up. To escape, Kimka leapt into a hole in the earth. It felt like 1 year to her, though the span of the priestesses on the ritual ground. This took time of traveling only took the brink of an eye. Okay, that seems like a mediocre success. Next, Shargath, the demon son, comes to Kimka, who also seeking to marry her. He shows her his grand green palace and promises to make her queen of the underworld. Summon Rice to threaten him with hunger. Summon River Wife to attack him. Yep. Yes, River Wife. He's cheating on you. River Wife overflowed her banks, washing Shargath away. While they fought, Kimka departed. Okay, now this is the Golden Man. As Kimba heads south to find Elmal's camp, a clan of golden men stands in her path. We are the future of the world, they say. You will marry one of us. We put forth for your approval Unos, one of the human sons. Mock them in song. I believe that's what they did. Set them against each other. Solar fragments who wish to marry must find earth fragments. Summon an earthquake. Ride home. Nope. Mock them with a song. Too dumb to know they were being insulted, they restated Unos's claim on Kimka's heart. That's not good. We did not pass that check. None of these happened in the story. Let's try to set them against each other? You don't have any advice, right? I'm worried that this one, they're going to try something dumb. Let's try to set them against each other. Kimka paid compliments to various golden men, asking why she considered Unos and not them. Kimka's words merely caused them to cluster more closely together. They repeated their desire for Unos to be wed. Uh-oh. We're in a lot of trouble here. Let's try to run away. Unos' words pelted her with golden stones, injuring her and her horse as she got away. On the ritual ground, 2 of our swords were wounded as if by invisible missiles. Golden men, hate them. Hate them. Kimka finally reaches Elmal's camp, where Relander and Hyalor join to make a case for him as her bride. Naturally, Nyalda has chosen Elmal from the onset, but to invest the new clan with strong magic, it's essential that he and the other men dedicate themselves to achieving this union. What does Kimka instruct her negotiator to ask for above all else? Okay, well, she did want to see the enemies he defeated. We also wanted cows. Is the answer just literally give me cows? We didn't really ask for heads. We didn't care about love. We didn't ask for divinity. He said I wanted to wait until I was divine. All right. Yeah. I want that bling bling. Give me that moo moo. Kimka must be represented by a negotiator. Okay, that's actually vaguely useful because you are at least a little bit better at bargaining. Oy. Rolandor said that, of course, Elmal had cows for her. The bond between Elmal and Nyalda was affirmed, but Kimka felt that she had contributed little to it. Kimka came back from the sky world saddened and frustrated. She said the final part of the ritual was the subtlest. It was hard to know what flaw in her performance had caused her discouraging final result. This poor outcome cast a pall over the people's mood. Participating priestess from other rider clans didn't have anything to say to make clear their displeasure. Elsewhere in the valley, traditionalists attributed our failure to Selenia. Dang it. Yeah, we just don't have good people. Good is not good. It is misnamed in this game. This means you're terrible, actually. All right, well, so much for that plan. What are we up to? Late Earth season. Okay, we also needed to do some exploring, right? I think that was what we were supposed to do this year. Yeah. So map. So things are not going well. Well, we already lost. So we woke up from the nightmare and we're redoing that last year before the Red Wedding. Okay, so we need to do an explore. There's the glacier. Let's explore the mountains. And we'll go with like 10 swords. Perturug, are you the guy I want to do this? Yeah. We need to do more to make sure our people are fed. Gotcha. And then we can start another venture. Let's do that. Oh, hang on. Did I change my temple? I always lose track of that. Okay, yes, I did. I always lose track of that because you can't change it instantly. Our goods are a little low. Our cattle are a little low. Let's hit the goods, I guess. $33. Okay, that was pretty good. I've been riding through our pasture land, getting concerned. We've been grazing them for 33 years. They're starting to show damage from overgrazing. We're attacked by trolls. We are vastly outnumbered. We're going to try to drive them off. Okay, we want to conduct a magic ritual of Firehoof. We completed it as they moved around. Let Baronin have his day. Yes. Try to take out their leader. Vernon quickly fought his way to the massive troll shrouded in shadows who led the trolls. Before his bodyguard could stop him, he struck off the war leader's head. Vernon raised his blade in thanks to Elmo and rode back to our ranks. The trolls were thrown into disarray. So we are winning. Oh no, I'm in the spot again. We are winning. Hang on, did I set up a different camera? Okay, we could be over here. Let's try that. I forgot about that. So we are winning slightly. They are pushed back slightly. Let's fight fiercely. Troll shamans hang back of the main force and bang massive drugs. Their secret weapon he used to view a beetle as big as a house. It seizes a bow in its pincers, raising him up. What do we do? Stab it in the underbelly. Dostarin leapt from his horse onto the beetle's legs, hanging on despite its efforts to shake him off. He shimmied up its body, stabbing upwards with a sword. Dostalion aimed at its underbelly. His blade bent on impact with the beetle's hard shell. The beetle shook him off and fatally grabbed him with one of its forelegs. We shook in fright and the trolls fell upon us. We're not doing great. Berserk attack. They beat us. Yeah, we were just too outnumbered there. It was a short, nasty battle. We lost 1 elite and 5 wounded and quite a few people. Emissaries of the Ormarthlings, a Ram clan, came seeking an exchange. They showed you various small valuables, including precious stones and metals, that have clearly been stripped from honor belts. Prominent hirelings wear them to show status. Carvings on the items show that the most belong to the Amber clan. The traders say they had won these items in battle and wished to trade them for cattle. They asked for 35 cows, as is usual trade negotiations. This is probably just an opening offer. Yeah, sure. We'll trade for them and we'll gift them to the Ambers. We're trying to make some friends here. 29 cows. I'm going to say yes, even though that hurts. We struck a deal. Afterwards, our trader said that we had paid 29 cows and received 30 cows worth. Okay. Who do we present the gift with? Our Diplo boy, Vernon. And we'll just send 5 swords with you. The Amber thanked us for the gift, which restored honor lost to the honorless. Okay, we're still a little worried. Vernon shouldn't go exploring. His mind wouldn't be on it. Yeah. We can still feast. Can I actually still feast? I can. Let's do that. Okay, we're up to reserve. That's not terrible. I think we're out of ventures. I don't even know what we could do here. I'd love a cheeky little cattle raid, but I don't think that's a smart idea. Oh, Sal's not up. Okay, let's bargain with Sal. Bargain. We're being raided by the Varnrashi. We are slightly below them. We're gonna drive them off. Or let's do our magic ritual. I think we're gonna battle glow this. We had enough time to complete our ritual. As we completed it, they got up here. Let Vernon have his day. Take out their leader. Vernon quickly fought his way to a noble in an ornate chariot. And we got him. So let's fight fiercely. Pullman notices a weapon dropped by a fallen warrior, and since it holds a great deal of magic power, how do we react? How good of a fighter are you? Very good, so garbage. Fight his way to it. He dealt hard blows to those who stood in the way. He snatched the weapon, later identified as the Tide-Turning Spear, whose properties were grants an edge when an enemy is winning in battle. Ooh, finally a combat treasure. Berserk attack. They seemed more interested in protecting their chariots than winning the battle. We gained a better position. Victory seemed close. Burton said if nothing was certain, our skill seemed better. Let's fight fiercely. We countered the berserk rush with a fierce precision. It was soon over. The fighting was fierce. We had 3 elites wounded. Not bad. Flocks of ravens nest on your spirit stones. Your shamans read this as an auspicious omen for the Raven Festival. This 2-day revel of games, drinking, and feasting culminates in a ritual ill treatment of a captive. The shamans promise it will bring unity to the clan and popularity to the leaders. To grab a single captive, send a small hunting party. Leave Ronaldo's clan out of this. Raven came to us during the Exodus. You will be as sharp-beaked as the wilderness you find yourself in. Spirits are crueler than gods. The worse we treat the captive, the more people like it. Doing permanent harm to a captive will boost our spirit magic. He who does not act cruel is cruelly acted upon. Caw. This is not the best event at the moment. I'm trying to be kind of chill here. We'll just humiliate them. Although, what if they attack the Ram clan we want to get with? Let's do it without a captive, I think. No. Okay, we're gonna have to do something here. Manuel Mello says, Happy Easter, Bubble. Happy Easter to you too, man. Thanks for stopping by. All right, let's humiliate them. Okay, good. We get a pick. Known for being haughty. Known for their close descent from Elmal. They keep... So, you know what? This is for being a slaver. We'll pick you. Who leads the hunt? Yatakin can do it. I have no idea how many people I should be sending on this. Yatakin captured an Urchakar herder and brought him back to become the subject of the Raven Festival. The rebels brought cheer to the people, especially when the captive was stripped, smeared with goat dung, and made to celebrate our might. Alright. Notice we didn't maim him by blinding him. We're so kind. Many wounded. Okay, I probably should get on that. Gods. Erysia. Healing. Alright, we are in late storm. Do we have another spirit? Hey, you know what? Let's just get Rat up and running. Minnie died of old age. She made sure we would sing her favorite song at the funeral. It's called I Love Goats and I Cannot Lie. It was a true life. I now report our expedition to the Autumn Mountains. Near an icy crevasse, we were attacked by ice spiders. We destroyed the scuttling horrors before they could do us much harm. Though we mostly reduced them to pulp, we retrieved a few legs and bit of shell. We can trade these to spirit-using clans for their Shama regalia. I'd put their worth at 3 cows. Okay. Last year, we minded an omen that we should explore. Zarlin has circled overhead, blessing our exploration. Okay, unfortunately, you died at a horrible time. Thanks for nothing. Okay, we got a lot to do this year. Diplomacy, rituals, war, harmony, pastures, fields, and we'll keep 2 in reserve. There were many swirling gusts of winds, but nobody's sure what it meant. We are known for our shamans, well, not anymore. We don't have a complete circle, so our magic weaker. Raven frightened other spirits. There's a nice ritual called Blood Eagle. I know what that is, yes. We did not Blood Eagle. We just did some weird stuff. No comment. 4 Drums clan have composed a song to celebrate the fine productivity of their fields. It was a little on the saucy side, so it's fun as well as boastful. All the Rider clans sing it now. I wonder if we shouldn't raid them and take some of their stored grain. Yeah, I'd plow those fields and plant some seeds, if you know what I mean. 10 years ago, Urchakar clan promised to give us 40 cows in exchange for 20. Hey, they actually paid us in this play. All right. Of course, this happens when I don't get a chance to fix my council. Armani, one last disappointment before you go. All right. We're going to try to follow the Nyalda ritual story somewhat. So we do know that we need to share the horse secrets. We know that's a requirement. So Ronaldo's been moving secret mountains to make this happen. I sense something to do with our horse secret. Ronaldo says we should offer horse secret first. I've learned to do as she asks, especially when she has a mysterious look in her eye. Yes, dear. The high bride price is 20 cows. Girl, you have no idea what we are going to be paying. You have no idea. Offering them a number of cows they desire will ruin us. Yep, we're going to be ruined. Were we to secure this for his people, horses, and the ability to ride, Dagmet would gain immense stature among the rams. We have horses because High Lord healed the wounded hippogriff, allowing her to become Gamari. All right, Abby, have a good one, man. All right, share the horse secret. We need diplomacy. Targarug, don't let me down. Dagmeat shook his head and said that Burnin had failed the test of destiny. As much as we would like to ride, we know it's impossible. We have petitioned many gods and they never answer. But Rodalda stepped from her place of concealment and said, it's because we must ask their god. Divine light shone with her. The priest said, it is the light of Vinkot. Our priest said, no, it's the light of Gamari. For an eternal instant, our realm became the divine realm, and Rodalda transformed into a horse. Oh, that's what Burnin is interested in. Galloping 7 circuits around us. When all returned to normal, everyone knew we had witnessed a miracle for the ages. After this, there was no talk of needing to prove divine sanction. Interesting. So we have not had that. We've tried this 3 times and we've never had that happen before. Okay. So we successfully failed. Having passed 2 tests to wed Burnin to Rodalda, what do we propose next? Okay, so in the story of Nyalda, they went and they fought enemies. So I think we should do enemies. The bride price was last. He said they heard of an inhuman. He said the head of any inhuman king would do. We said we would show our might when it was once again time to raid. Dagmeat replied this was good. He would not have Armalda marry into a clan that neglected its fields. Okay, so he wants us to raid, and he wants us to do it when it's time to raid, so we need to wait till summer. Let's get our clan fixed, and it's going to be a pretty easy one, I think, because we just need shaman. So your part, how sad is that going to make me? Part. Burnin is also part. So it's gonna make me sad. Alright, who is not being represented? Desarno, Eckhart. Eckhart is not. Worships Rilandor. You know what? We don't require a shaman, and we do have Raven. I'm gonna go ahead and do this for now. Because I believe... Oh, Zarn's missing too? Ouch. Who else? Hang on. Who else is doubled up here? Current, Norden... Turrent is. And it's because you had to be like my bargainer, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. But then, who else is also causing this? Oh, Yadakin. If I took her off... I mean, we could put Targarug back on here. He's also part, though. That doesn't help. Okay, I think we're gonna do that. What'd you miss? We started the marriage ceremony. It's going very differently than last time. Alright, I'm gonna put him in there. That gets me more clans on, even if it's not everybody. Bruno has been down at the mouth late. He's often away on long rides. Okay, we need to raid somebody next season. So let's do a venture. Let's do combat training. A scruffy band of outlaws expelled from clans come to your border seeking a parley. 4 drums have offered us food and goods, or 3 cows to ambush your trade parties. But they told us we stink, which we do, but it's not our fault. We're forced to live rough as we are. So we came to you and say, we will raid their trade mission for 4 cows. We don't need more warriors. Pick a different clan. They're desperate. The first bandit was Yenfar the Capturer, who was an evil magician to boot. We could have them join us. Sure. Our people are worried it will come back to haunt us. I don't think it will. Alright, we are now in raid season. Please, 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 please don't fail this ridiculously. Raid. This is very important that we win this. I think we're gonna do Jade Colt. We used to be allies with us. They broke it off. They are gonna hate us because we ally with Rams. So I think they're gonna be my target. And we're gonna call on Zarhawk. Raid. Zarhawk sent 23 warriors. They detected us. 18 swords and 58 bows are facing 16 swords and 102 bows. We're just here to plunder. I don't think we have to go for kill as many as possible. Why do we need to raid? During the marriage negotiation, we kind of sort of failed, and then Redalda turned into a horse, and it was a miracle. And then we said that we would kill their enemies, and they told us to wait until it was raid season, not to do it earlier. Magic? This is so inefficient. We did put 2 into war magic. I guess it is very important that we succeed here, though. We'll put 1 in. We're only going to plunder, so we're not going for the hard bit. We're going to do magic ritual. We are a little... Well, with that many swords, we're really not outnumbered. Let's do battle glow. Okay, reserve 1 in 7. Brennan tried to organize reserve, but our warriors faltered when they whooped. Try again. Jade Colts managed to withdraw while we designated the resolve for it. Okay, so we succeeded. Hopefully that was okay. Crop season has ended, so it's time... Oh. I didn't need to do a raid. They were going to have one happen here. Well then. We were just getting warmed up. Yeah, I know. This is what we did last time. Yeah, so I want to do Scorpion because that's our ancestral enemy. And who's going to lead them? Yedikin's going to lead them. He is slightly better at combat than Burnin, and I want to keep Burnin safe. How many warriors we sending? Everybody! We found the haunted vale where they reveled in their foulness. We stormed in from all sides and cornered their leader, lopping off her head. 5 of our warriors were hurt. We slew so many of them that our armor dripped with ichor. For striking against our ancient enemies, our ancestors awarded us with otherworldly aid. We took the head back to Redalda's clan and presented it to their chieftain, who said we had proved our might. Having passed 3 tests to wed Burnin to Redalda, what do we do next? I thought we had to do 5 tests. Huh. Okay, true love is not part of it. We're going to offer a magnificent bride price. The traditional way to do this is to offer a magnificent bride price. So they told us 20 was a lot from one of our helpers down here. Our minimum we can offer is 80. I'm just saying. Yeah, a high bride price is 20. We tried 106 last time and we basically got laughed out of here. What about 1 to 42? We start at 80. 200 go big. This is turning into Helen of Troy. 142, 200, 200. I have a feeling some people are giving me spoilers, but okay. we'll do 200. The council wins. She is literally worth 20 women, apparently. The Gandari seemed impressed that we could easily assemble so much wealth. Yeah, we are going to be in a bad way here. Dagmeat embraced Burnin. You shall prove a worthy mate for our Redalda, he said. May this union begin a new era in the valley and beyond. Redalda leapt into Burnin's arms, and the 2 clans roared in delight. Together, our leaders began planning a wedding unlike any the valley had ever known. We're not out of the woods yet. When we attacked the Jade Colts, we broke our agreement. Oh, shoot. I forgot about that. Okay, well. We're being raided by the Honeymanes. Shoot, shoot, shoot. That's not great. He is daring in battle. Use treasure, the tide-turning spear. Drive them off. Yes. We are outnumbered. Let's do magic ritual, Firehoof. We were not in good battle order when they got here. Okay, so he likes to fight bravely. Let's decide the fate of them. Attack them. We struck down 11 of our foes, praising Elmol. Conserve strength. As you fight the Honeymanes, you hear a din from the other side of the battlefield. A group of warriors from Goldmilk clan rides towards us. The 2 clans are neighbors and not good ones. They must have seen them mustering to attack us and followed them here. What's Burnin's command? Strike them and support them as they lead a strike. Hit as hard as they do. Let's hit as hard as they do. Our foes reeled. Let's actually try to be a little brave here. Berserk attack. They tried to press the attack but could not match our berserk frenzy. Burnin said that only the gods could say for sure, but our fighting skill seemed better. Another berserk attack. Although they fought with berserk frenzy, they could not match ours. Nice. What reward do we offer them? We'll give you a favor. Done. That's really disappointing to me that I broke that raid agreement. That was really good for us. Yeah, that was on mistake. I really wish they need to add a symbol to those when we're on those menus. Yeah, there's just too many names to be able to remember that, and especially because I'm playing once a week. So, little oof there. Okay, so we're planning the wedding. Late fire season, fair weather. Okay, let's go do a cattle raid because we are in a bad place with food. We are running Raven, right? Yes, we are. So we want to do war, herd raid. We're going to be hitting wheels, I think, from now on. And we're just going to try a cheeky little raid. It was too cheeky. They spotted us. 10 swords facing 8 and 10. We could probably actually take that. Let's plunder. Intimidate them. Our war whoops halted them in their tracks. Charge. They advanced to meet us, but our charge caught them by surprise. Press the attack. They seem more interested in protecting their chariots than winning the battle. We got 19 cows and 8 horses. The bandits who offered to attack the foes are striking fear into the Four Drum trade parties. The Four Drums lost warriors and will leave us alone for a while. Somehow they figured out it was us, though. Alright, well, maybe you shouldn't have done it to me. Holy moly, I'm bored with this alliance, let's betray them. Wow. A delegation from the Ormath clan, Rams who are your allies, request your participation in a raid against one of the kingdoms to the south. The Infantry have captured one of their trading parties. They have had a grudge against us since we split off from them to settle here. Our raid party was skirting their lands on the way to a different kingdom when Infitheli kidnapped them. To give in to their demands would offend our ancestral spirits. Together we stand a reasonable chance. Our alliance is strong enough to survive a refusal. Of our valuable goods, only a small portion consists of surplus weapons. Someday we must learn the story that explains why our local Rams have no kings. How can we ally the Rams when we can't unify our own? Tell them to come back after they rescue the hostages. Our thoughts and change our flag to the Ram flag. You know what? I'm willing to fight. We still get to kill Rams, just Rams that we like less. Who's gonna do the warriors? Yadikin can do it. We'll give you guys 10 swords. Ouch. Your alliance said they were glad for the help. Hopefully those are not gone for good. Those are just coming back. Yeah, they're absent. Okay. I would kind of like some more warriors. Early Earth season, so we're harvesting. Now would be a good time. 2 more warriors. What do you do to prepare for the coming wedding between Burnin and Redalda? Some worry that the Jade Colts, known as the Ram Killers, will attack the ceremony to express their long-standing hatred of Redalda's kind. Others say Burnin should ask his friend Burnin the Swift to take on the special role of war singer who proclaims the deeds at the rite. Meanwhile, key elders want the council to pay heed to grander diplomatic aims. Not here. Let's go and patch things up with my old friend. Stage a preemptive attack. Well, we already did that. Ask Sinalia to perform the ceremony. Ask Burnin the Swift to take take part as a war singer. I don't know if we want to rub salt in his wounds. I kind of want to do this one. Scorpionmen are an interesting race, the children of the chaos god of fecundity, who gave birth to half-humans because the sheer number of humans they ate during the god war. They believe that they can gain strength and knowledge of those they beat with ritual cannibalism. Well, there you go. Okay, we know that the marriage thing is the game condition, so we gotta be really careful here. I kind of want other people to be here. That gives us more people to protect us if we get attacked. We could ask... It's kind of cool to have a god officiate your wedding. And it's the daughter of Elmol. I'm going to try that one. I like the idea of it. Magic. You are my best magic person. And we'll send 5 and 5. Doreni expressed confidence that she could be convinced to take part. While they waited, people continued to prepare for the wedding, making or mending clothes and stockpiling feast foods. We have trained warriors because we performed combat training. Yes, we did. Okay, we are still really, really bad on cattle. Let's do a venture and let's just do some herding. 15 more cows. Warn a war ally who can help us in this fight. Your clan Antler Shaman receive a vision while in ecstatic communion with their helping spirits. They say that the coming year will be one of great darkness. Storm clouds will darken the sky, bringing floods, poor grazing, and reduced harvests. They say that their giant deer spirit can stampede away the clouds, given a large enough sacrifice. Warn a war ally who can help us in the fight. We must sacrifice wealth, choose a tried and true. Spirits are more likely to get things wrong than gods. The people are in a good mood. If we don't worry, neither will they. Hylor said that we should make our own rules as needed. That's what the Antler Society is doing. The food goddess ringed themselves around Earth Mother. Busanari gave milk as a sacrifice. Pela gave barley. I guess we could give the Antler clan some magic. They said that they had successfully averted the coming disaster. Cool. We can still feast. We're in dark season. Also, I need to change my magic here. Gods, Aricia, back to hope. Spirits, I suppose. We could get Barry up and running. It's not the right season, really. Just get it while we can. Yeah, let's just get that up and running while we can. We are back from the raid we undertook in the south. Together, we swept in the lands of the Infantili clan who are holding their traders. As their force met the Infantili, we freed the prisoners. Only 8 of our warriors were hurt. For our assistance, the Ormathlings gifted us 10 cows. Okay. Not terrible. 17. So we did lose some people there, unfortunately. I kind of want to get some more, frankly. More. Able to raise 4 more warriors. Your patrols intercept 6 members of the Zarhawk clan on your lands with 5 stolen horses. Unlike honest raiders who take livestock openly by force of arms, these rustlers stole horses by stealth. At first you assume the horses are yours, but when you check the brands, you see they belong to the 4 drums. We're allied to these guys and not the 4 drums. Let's see what people are saying. Zarhawks are tougher. Their clan is allied with us. We could get a ransom of 5 cows. Elmal said, to steal a horse under the sun's gaze is glorious. To steal one under the cover of night is lowly. We could just take the horses. We could take the horses. We could take them and give them. Nah, it's cool. People said that we should have kept the horses. I don't know about that. I'm trying not to cause more bad blood, and I'm failing miserably. We can still feast. Can we actually? We could. We're already optimistic though, so that's not really worth our time. Vernon wants his friend. I think you might be a little behind me here, Mr. Shadier. Make sure you're on a current time if you're trying to type responses. You know what? Let's get defense up and running. I can't do that, apparently. I guess I could feast, though. Yeah, let's feast our neighbors. Everyone's favorite were the sun tarts. Love a good sun tart. Okay, we gotta be a little bit worried about food next year. I didn't get Barry to agree. Let's try that again. No amount of threats would sway the Barry spirit. Yet again said having a shaman on the circle that was not shadowed by Raven might have impressed it. Is the gravy train over? And we just got goat raided. That's annoying. Larkin died of old age. Dang it. He died sad at having treated his wife so badly those many years ago. He taught the clan so much. Died with regrets. My party and I have brought Sininia from her home to on the plateau. She consented to officiate the wedding of Vernon and Rodalda and told us it would be sung about for generations to come. The day has finally arrived for the wedding of Vernon and Rodalda. Your clan travels in a grand procession to the Gandari lands. In place of honor glides Sinalia, daughter of Hylor, who will preside over the rite. You arrive at the wedding and the ceremonies begin. Battle music starts. Bridezilla music starts. Then a rumble arrives from the north. The Jade Cult, strengthened by other ram-hating warriors, attack. Immediately you understand why. Their ancestors have always hated the Rams. They have always hated the Rams. They aim to keep all riders free from the taint of intermarriage. And of course, yet again, somebody's dead on my council. As riders, we fight best when on the move. Ride swiftly to attack. Today is all about working together. Yeah, I kind of agree. That's kind of the theme here. Veraldo and his sister Osara fought off an attack on his wedding day. We should do the same. Call on Elmal, and he himself will come. We should have invited other Rider clans. Never rely on others. No. We're going to coordinate a counterattack on the Ram, or with the Rams. We're trying to unite our people here. Who calls the battle plan? Yadikin. Remember, he is a chosen of Elmal. He's one of the Magic Fire kids. And in this reality, he didn't go crazy, so that's good. Come on, Yadikin. You can do this. Who calls out the battle plan? Yadikin. They came at us hard, but together, we came at them harder. Harder, Rams, harder! We broke their lines, scattering them. 5 of our warriors were hurt as our forces met. Vernon took a hard spill from his mount. He rose up bleeding, and for a moment we feared he had been blinded, but the injury proved superficial. We killed 8 of the Jade Colts and wounded too many to count. Redalda's chieftain declared the victory a great omen and decreed the wedding should continue. God, imagine, like, it's your wedding day, and you have all that going on, and then your wedding gets raided. Oof. Ooh, okay, hang on. Oh, I'm not allowed just the picture? Okay, let me make a... That might be it, just in case I need another thumbnail. Grab a screenshot of that. Vernon takes Redalda in his arms. Finally, I have won your hand. Redalda smiles that mysterious smile of hers, the one that captivates him so. If you say so, dear. Vernon furrows his brow in confusion. Redalda laughs. The truth is, I won you. For every trial, every test you undertook to make this day possible, I, aided by my mother and her sisters, performed an equivalent and necessary deed, sometimes more than one. Of course, all along I could tell something else was going on. I'm embarrassed to say I only see it now. I mean, I did kind of catch on because of that marriage thing we did, so of course, all along I could tell something was going on. Redalda smiles again and then turns serious. Though it pains me to say so, a task awaits us before we may lose ourselves to the pleasure of the marriage palette. We must go to the God War. The struggle between your gods and my gods cracks the world. Together, you and I must fight, not for victory of Ram over Rider or Rider over Ram, but to plant a seed of possibility. If we are strong and smart and brave, that seed may one day germinate, making unity where today there is hate. Which God War event does Redalda choose? We could fight against a sea dragon. We're pretty experienced in that. We've done 2 river tamings. Or rivalry between warlords. That seems more pertinent. That seems more pertinent to the events she's trying to stop, but we don't really have a lot of experience. Although we are a Diplo clan. What do you guys think? 1 or 2? Do we fight a sea dragon, who we have some experience with? Or do we try to do a rivalry between warlords, which, as diplomats, I feel like we have a little bit of experience with? I'll give you guys a second to catch up, because I think people might be a little behind today. I don't know for a fact that that's Diplo. I've never done these events, just FYI. That's just me surmising. Trip says we've been doing hard Diplo the whole time, so I think we should do that. Right? Anybody else have a vote? I'm inclined for the dragon, but it seems like people want to see the rivalry. We do have good Diplo people. Yeah, okay, let's do it. Rivalry between the warlords. We did have Mr. Shadier with 1 vote for dragon, but it seems like the people want to see the rivalry. The ritual force of the wedding ceremony allows Vernon to sheath his horse in a mantle of flame. Redalda climbs behind him and holds on as he rides the sky. They pass through a mantle of thick, dark clouds to the home of Orlanth and his thundering gods. There, they find nobles contending against one another, each demanding superior rights and status. Vernon, seeking to join them, offers his shield. Redolda urges Isaris, the traitor, to remember his charm. Redolda urges Elenkor Mai, the lore keeper, to remember his dignity. Redolda urges Uralda, Cowmother, to remember that you can't graze on pride. Redolda urges Vadalrus, the Smasher. I never got to see her stats, so I don't know what she's good at. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, I do know most of these gods because I have played King of Dragon Pass. As you can see, there's kind of like one-to-one comparisons with our gods. This is the only one that Burnin can do. That's a little interesting. I still think that Elmal and Raven are different deities. Well, Raven's not necessarily a deity. Raven's a spirit. Mello says cows. Raven is a lot crueler. Yeah, Raven is kind of cruel. He's like a trickster, but in like the Norse trickster sense. Because like, remember we had the event where Chikalde had kidnapped somebody and had maimed him? And then the Raven thing, they wanted to do that there too. All right, the only vote I got that's relevant was cow. So Uralda, Cowmother. Remember, you can't graze on pride. She and Redolda were right. Having the most cows speaks for itself, he says embarrassingly. Oh, I did have a flash of my people here. Why are you guys not showing up right now? Ernalda, mother goddess of the rams, appears to Redolda, rising from the richness of the earth. I urged my husband to form a tribe like the fire tribe, but better. But because our lords are ruckus and free, they will not agree on who will lead and who will follow. I shall fashion torques to show that all are equal under Orlanth, and need not contend for rank. Redolda, seize me a primal substance that I may transform it for this purpose. What substance does Redolda and Burnin seek? Apparently, big green giantess goddess. That's what the storm people are into. Iron from the dwarf mountain, gold from the imperial city, webbing from a troll spider hole, wood from the elf forest. We haven't really had any major problems with dwarves. We've had pretty good encounters with them. Gold from the Imperial Sea. Remember, they built a golden dome to hide underneath the glacier. Webbing, whatever, and wood is elves. We're kind of cool with the elves, or we're like kind of trying to be. So I think it's iron or gold. She's like twice the size of both Yelm and Orlanth. The gods have a type. Dwarves are nice. I don't think they're just gonna give it to us, though. Also, I don't believe rams know ironworking. I'm pretty sure rams are still stuck in bronze. I really wish I had them to make suggestions here. Alright, my gut tells me gold. Everyone's stuck in bronze. Oh, except for the dwarves, maybe? Iron is rare and magical. Alright, you sold me. Well, and then Finn comes in with the fine gold! Gold for the Unity thing? Okay. In honor of Gregor's first chat, gold for the Imperial City. Thanks for being a tiebreaker. Vernon rode his fiery horse through the ice-covered shield protecting the Imperial capital. From the royal palace, he snatched an eagle emblem. The heroes left Alpothi, death whistles shrilling in the distance as they rode back to the dome. Yeah, see, it keeps popping up in the corner that I should be able to talk to them. Uh-oh, elves. When Burnin and Redolda return to the mound where they left Ernalda, they find their path blocked by a horrific antler monster, uh-oh, made of several smaller monsters. What do Redolda and Burnin fight it? What does Redolda do while Burnin fights it? We could call thunder lizards to bite and gore it, make sure Ernalda is unharmed, make sure the golden emblem is not lost, turn the earth beneath the monster to quicksand. Okay, I don't think I'm feeling the lizards. Make sure Inolda is unharmed. That would be fine. I don't think Inolda gets killed, so I think she's okay lore-wise. Make sure the golden emblem is not lost. That, it would feel bad if we lose that. I kind of want to try the magic, though. Yeah, I know, antler monster. That's kind of suspicious. I'm gonna have her turn into a magic girl. You use your magic quicksand powers. Redolda turned the earth beneath the monster into quicksand. The hungry earth helped Burnin fight the creature. Burnin slew it with furious grandeur. Antlers aren't chaos yet. Well, we have Antler Shaman and they seem cool. I really like that tune. So cheesy. That's a good sign that we have that music playing. Yeah, they definitely have a type. You're right. I have fashioned the golden emblem you provided into torques. One for each noble, says Ernalda. These show that all of them stand on the same footing, second only to Orlamp. She and Redalda exchange meaningful glances. The Torques have quelled discord, Ernalda continues, allowing our tribe to face the coming trials as one. What divine recognition do you wish to take from this day to pass on to your descendants? I betcha this is what we get in 6 Ages Lights Go Out. So we want to pick this carefully. They also ignored a chaos invasion and dealt a dark-looking spirit in my game. Let them remember how we beat that chaos creature. That is what our clan does. We're here to kill chaos. Let them remember how we seized the golden emblem. Anyone could have done that. Let them remember what we said to Eralda. Okay, cow bonus. I mean, who doesn't like a good herd? Am I right? I am. This is just a good generic bonus too, depending on what we want to play in the next one. Maybe in the next one I don't want to do chaos. This is more generic. Then you can get that useless advice in 6 Ages. 3 isn't out yet, is it? I thought only 2 was out. He doesn't want to do chaos. Yeah, it probably will be. You don't get a choice. Yeah, you don't choose chaos. Chaos chooses you. Okay, so 1 or 3 seems to be like what I would want. I don't mind. Like, chaos is an interesting force in this world, so it's not like I'm bored of them or anything. And actually, in this game, we didn't really do a lot with chaos. In King of Dragon Pass, chaos is horrific. They are such bad news when they show up. Like, there's like a berserker god that fights chaos. Like, that's his thing. The cows just really seem like a good idea. Like, cows are always useful, no matter how you're playing. They're worse in 6 Ages. That doesn't surprise me in the least. Cows equal money. That's right. Moo moo. Chaos is just more flavorful. But then again, we did pay a bride price of 20 times the regular price, or 10 times the price of a high quality bride. So maybe we are people of the cow. Horse, ram, ha! I only believe in the golden calf, Eralda. I just got victory, win the game, and full bellies. Win the game without anyone starving. Cool. I shall see to it that Eralda grants a blessing to your line, Ernalda said. Redalda, return to your clan with us. A year later, the first of her children, also named Burnin, was born. We read auspicious omens in the stars. Redalda showed us an equally good one painted in the clouds. Burnin, okay, so we tell the future with stars, and they tell the future with clouds, just for anyone that didn't catch that. They as in rams. Burnin and Redalda lived longer than most, and under their tutelage, her clan took on righter ways, and we learned to harmonize our worship with the gods we had once scorned. So we merged the pantheons, it seems. We would need this unity as the darkness that shrouded the world was about to get worse. Much worse. The lights are going out. Oh, I thought this was 6 Ages too? Nope. Anyways, cow maxing is the play. We wife max in this game. Oh, what a nice little ending. Hang on, let me boink, boink, boink. I'm just grabbing the picture here. Camera only, no. Oh, Babel flashed. Oh, look at that. We're getting tattoos. Rams have tattoos and we normally don't. Okay, that must be Burnin, the third Burnin. Out there taming some horses, teaching them how to ride, it looks like. I don't know what that is. Although he has a crown, that's kind of interesting. Okay, that's Burnin and Rodolda married. Apparently they have a cat for a pet. That stash, oh my goodness. Guys, if you have a stash like that, shave it, please. All right, and then we have, looks like wheel people and horse people. Oh, and then we fought chaos together. Yeah. Hang on. Oh, I should have had that ready. I want a picture of that one. That's for the meme. Oh, look, find yourself a sun god who looks at you like Elmal looks at Orlanth. Story-wise, I believe Elmal joins the Orlanthi Pantheon, which is kind of an oddball. So there we go, we did it. That was actually way shorter than I thought it was going to be, especially considering we had a loss there. Let's click this. We have something on screen. Let's see what people are saying. Our clan is utterly superior. Dude, check out the herds. I guess that was Alnix, the cats they use to hunt vermin. That could definitely be. Mello said, oh, I thought this was 6 Ages too. No, we were just in 1. A stash only teenagers will grow and wear. Thankfully, when I started getting facial hair as a kid, mine came in relatively evenly. I was only like, I want to say at the end of my sophomore year of high school, I had a goatee, and I've always worn a goatee. I've only ever shaved it off once, really, and that's because I like messed up when I was shaving with an electric razor and like cut it in half, so I had to shave it off. But other than that, I've had that, or then I grew into a beard a little later on. It wasn't a horrific, scraggly looking thing, so thank goodness I didn't have that stage of life. Okay, well, we made it through 6 Ages. I'm very disappointed we didn't make it on the very first run. I misread that screen and I thought it was goods. I thought I was willing to give them every good I owned. And yeah, that's unfortunate. So, is what it is there. I am glad that I didn't put this on Iron Man also. I did like that we were able to see an ending. I don't have time to play through it a second time. So, we did get to see a loss and we did get to see a victory. And we are set up for whenever we want to do 6 Ages too. I don't have a plan for when that's going to be. We just have so much stuff coming out in the next couple months. But maybe over the summer or maybe in the fall, we'll do that. I'll probably try to catch it on Steam sale and just pick it up super duper cheap. Or I would like to do it before 6 Ages 3 comes out. I'm sorry I'm forgetting your name, but the artist from the game that commented on one of the streams commented again and said, there's only actually 3 games planned. I thought there were 6 because it was called 6 Ages, but I guess there's only 3 planned at the moment. So it would be cool if we could finish 2 before 3 comes out, and then we could play 3 on launch. So that could be kind of interesting. So give me your thoughts here. How did you guys like this one? Was the Sunday longer streams okay? Was it too short? I don't know how I could really make those longer. Would you have preferred I did this on shorter weekday streams, or did you like having the more story-focused streams like on a designated day? I kind of liked it, but I also wish we could have gotten through it quicker. But while I'm still working for the next couple months, that's just all the time I have. So, and I need Saturday so I can make sure to have all the Dominions content finished. So I can't really use Saturday at the moment, at least. I do think so. We have Battle Brothers to finish up. we were probably going to finish up Battle Brothers on Monday. We're going to do some Majesty 2 because I promised Sergeant Flintlock. And then we've got a bunch of stuff coming up. We have Cyber Knights in like a month. We have Expedition 33. I really, really want to try to do Expedition 33. I hope people will give me a chance on that one. I'm kind of thinking that might take the Sunday slot because we could play longer sit downs. My only worry is it's going to be a like turn-based RPG, big story. And I don't like playing story games slowly like this. I like playing through them a little more solidly. So I'm a little worried about only playing it on Sunday. But then again, we also have a new Stellaris DLC and a complete revamp. We have a new DLC coming out for Crusader Kings 3. We have a new DLC that might make me actually try to stream Victoria. So I have so much big stuff coming out. And there's other games coming out too. So I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to fit all this. I'm kind of maxed out on stream time. Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, anywhere between 3 and 8 hours is a lot of streaming, which I love. I really enjoy it. I need a little bit of time for myself and to get other things done. So I don't think I can increase that anymore, at least for a couple months. Majesty 2, never seen anyone play it. Sergeant Flintlock donated $10 to pick it up. He wanted to do the original, and I bought it on Steam, and it said it would work on modern resolutions, but as soon as I changed resolution, it would give me a black square. You can't see my hand. In fact, here, let me change. We don't need to be reading this right now. It would give me a black square in the top of my screen, and then I couldn't interact with my monitor at all. So it just wouldn't work. I had to Steam refund it, unfortunately. I'm relatively confident that Majesty 2 will work. They're similar but different games. But I think it'll be fun. That's a very nostalgic game. For a lot of people, that's one of those foundational games that they played was Majesty or Majesty 2. So it should be pretty fun. Broad says, I like Sunday. Okay. All right. You're going to be fighting a lot of kids. I hope the combat... I'm not holding my breath that 6 Ages combat will improve, but I hope so. I understand it now a little better than I did, but it's still literally a crapshoot. Having a heroic battle leader is literally more important than any choice you make, which is... I don't like that. I don't love that. Okay, Trip says, it was fun to watch, although my concerns are some of the same ones you had. I'm not entirely sold on the combat system, although I appreciate they tried to make it more complex than in Dragon. I think I would just want a little more info. I don't want to refer to a chart, and even the chart is ambiguous. Just give me a little bit more info, like Berserk beats Cautious beats Normal beats Berserk or something. Like give me the rock, paper, scissors that you're doing. Or, you know, just explain it a little more explicitly. I don't like reading guides for stuff like that. So, I don't know. It is what it is. As usual, the lore and art stuff was fun. It was really cool. It was really cool. Like I said, I apologize again. I forgot the name, but one of the artists had been commenting on a couple of these streams. So that was really cool to see that people that worked on it are just still so passionate about it. The art was amazing. As good as King of Dragon Pass, I would say, which I loved. I absolutely loved. I think there were good sessions. This is a more story-focused game. Looking forward to the Majesty. Cool, cool. I'm maxed out in watching gaming time. Yeah, me too. Secretly in the background, I'm also trying to see if I can figure out if I want to do some X4 at some point. We are way too busy to start that right now, but I do think I want to do an X4 playthrough at some point. So I've been trying to play that a little bit on the side, just to see if I can get good enough, because I bounced off that game several times. Glorantha is a fantastic setting. Very glad for finding these games. It is an amazing setting. I need to find some books. Do they have just lore books, or are they all the, is it RuneQuest? Just RPG books. Finn says, good night. Wish you the best on the rest of it. Thank you very much, Finn. Have a good one. Got into reading the source books. Glorantha is extremely dense, and I love it. League's better than a setting that looks something like D&D. Well, it's also just kind of unique. We talked about this before, but there's not a ton of media that does Bronze Age stuff. And Bronze Age was really interesting. And it's got that cool, like, not too civilized period of time, but starting to become civilized, which you don't see a ton of. Like, people always go for like medieval fantasy. It's mostly lore books. Okay, cool. I might have to check that out at some point. I also have, there's some Battle Brothers novels that are apparently pretty good. I think the first one's called Witch Hunter. I really want to read those. They look really interesting. So I've got a little bit of a reading list going, but no time to do any of it at the moment. Okay, well, this was shorter than I thought. I was really worried we weren't going to get done today. So I'm glad we got to see both the loss and then woke up from that nightmare into a win. So yay, 6 ages complete. Very happy with that. Like I mentioned, we got a bunch more content coming. I think this week, if I could squeeze it in, I'm going to try to do a Sandwalkers run. The Sandwalker video did pretty good, so I think people are interested in seeing at least a run of that. I don't think they're going to take too long, since it's a roguelite, and roguelite, and I'm pretty early on, so I assume we'll fail pretty quickly. So look for that. And then I still want to do a synergy playthrough, although the interest is not nearly as high on that. So if you do like either one of those, check out those videos and leave me a comment or something, because I do have to make decisions on what content to make based on what people are going to watch. So I can only be self-indulgent on so much content. I am still trying to grow the channel. You should totally leave a like on this stream. And if you're not subscribed, you should totally subscribe. I hope this 6 Ages playthrough earned your subscription. Also, if you want to go above and beyond, super thanks, super chat, and memberships are great ways to tell me what you're interested in. I do look at my statistics, and by far, Dominions is what earns the channel the money, so Dominions is what gets priority, but other things get some stuff too. So one of the reasons I'm going to do some more Stellaris and some more Crusader Kings, people supported those series, so I would play them anyways, but they have priority over other things, since I know people are willing to support those. So just a consideration on my part, nothing you guys have to be concerned about. Like in a universe history book, basically propaganda piece for the great king of Glorantha. Oh, that's pretty cool. Gallo Glass says, oh, I missed it. I'll have to rewind and watch. Yep, it was a short one today, Gallo, so it won't take you too long. Okay, that is going to be it for me. I'm out. I'm actually going to go work on next week's Dominions a little and see if I can get ahead of schedule. For anyone following Dominions, we're really close to the end of Middle Age. My next pregame video that I'm making right now is the last Middle Age video. So in a few weeks, we will be in Late Age. That's going to be pretty crazy. I do think I'm going to try to schedule, I think it's going to be one of the Friday streams. Instead of a Dominions game, we'll do the Middle Age tier list. People really enjoyed that back on New Year's Eve when we did the EA one. I'm going to try to structure it a little bit better too. So if you have ideas about how I could improve that, go back to the tier list video and leave me some comments on that too. So should be pretty fun. Have I considered doing any Dominions multiplayer? Yes, I have, Palefish. It's a time thing for me. I would like to do some hot seat and we could just stream it and we'll set it up to be kind of a short game. Or I could do some multiplayer, but that would basically have to take over the time I spend on pregame videos. So I really need to wait until I'm done with pregame videos, because I played lots of Dominions 5 multiplayer, and once you get going, I would spend 30 minutes to an hour taking my turn. So not only would I need to do that, I would need to record it and edit it. So I would probably be spending an hour to an hour and a half every single turn or something like that. So I don't know. I'm a little leery about adding that to my plate at the moment, but it is something I would like to do. I know a lot of people have been interested. We've had a few community members organize games, and they've seemed to, I think one's done and one's still going, and they went pretty well. If you've joined the Discord, right now I have it clamped down to only members of the YouTube channel can chat, but I have a Dominions channel in there. I think people are going to organize games. You could see who's organizing those and contact them on Discord if you were interested in hopping into something like that. I'd love to see that happen. If things go well, I'll probably fully open up the Discord so even non-members will be able to chat when I'm off for summer. I'm just a little leery about keeping it moderated when I'm not available for 10 hours a day. So it is what it is on that one. Okay, for realsies this time, I am out, guys. Have a great Easter. Have a great Sunday, either way. And I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow for what probably is the end of the Battle Brothers streams. All right, check out those other videos I mentioned. Take care, and I will see you guys later. Babel and the Babel Builder clan out.